Hey, I'm Sophie Elinor. Today I'm going to show you how to create some punchy 3D lettering in Illustrator. We'll start with a regular text box, and in the font drop-down menu we're going to use the Find More tab to search the Adobe Fonts library. I want some strong block lettering for this design, so I'm going to filter my search for sans serif typefaces that are heavy, narrow, and have low contrast. I'm going to go with the font named Obviously. I'll beef up the size to give it more presence on the page, and then we'll create a custom baseline. With my artboard as a guide, I'm using the pen tool to draw a gentle curve. This is going to be the path that I set my text on. I'll copy my text, switch over to the type tool, and when I hover over that curved path, I get a little wavy line under my cursor. This is the Type on a Path tool. If it's not sitting exactly where you want it, you can grab that blue vertical guide and drag the text along the path. In Illustrator, there's usually several different ways to achieve similar effects, and it's all a matter of preference. It's the same with 3D lettering. Let me show you a few techniques for adding depth. This first method is pretty manual. It involves placing a duplicate of your design behind it and diagonally offsetting it. Then you can convert it to outlines and letter by letter adjust all of the anchor points to give an extruded illusion. It's time consuming, but useful if you want your main lettering to remain front on and undistorted. This second method also starts with making a duplicate, but this time we'll give it a white fill and a black outline. Again, we'll send it to the back. This time though, we're going to use the distort and transform feature in the effects panel. Open up the transform window and have a play with the settings. Let's say we want 10 copies of the design and we want to offset them a few pixels on both the horizontal and vertical axes. It's not really 3D, but it's a fun take. The 3D and materials feature lets you tailor the depth, angle, and rotation of your lettering. The inflate tool gives a ballooning effect, and in the lighting tab, you can get really specific with the shadows. There's also a huge library of surface materials. This last method uses the 3D classic Extrude and Bevel tool. See how your design changes depending on what position you choose from the drop-down menu. There's so many good options, although most of them are distorting our lettering. To keep that lovely curved baseline we created earlier, I'm going to set the position to front. I'll add dimension by increasing the perspective and extrude depth sliders. Now we've got a really dramatic fanning effect, and the letters look like they're soaring towards you. The best bit about this technique is that right up until this point, the text is still totally editable. We're now at the injecting color stage, and to separate out the extruded sections, we need to expand the text and convert it to outlines. Then we can isolate each piece individually. There are tons of different ways you can color a design like this. You could try a two-tone palette where the extrusions are just a few shades darker than the letters. A gradient fill might emphasize that 3D effect, or you could just shove a whole rainbow in there. My personal favorite is a strong, high contrast, flat color combo. There are so many ways to add depth and drama to your lettering, so experiment a little and see what works for you.